So there are the memories that we want to have. There's the way that we wish things happened, the way that we wanted things to happen. And a lot of times, then there's what actually happened. They're the memories that we actually have. And I realized recently that it can be pretty easy to swap out the one that really happened for the memory that you wish you had. So, until recently, I would have told you a story about when I was a kid. Taking firecrackers, going outside the house, lighting the pack of firecrackers, waiting a second, and then throwing them so that they pop, 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 they explode just outside the living room window when everybody's in the living room, hopefully guests, and it's a surprise attack, and everyone goes, "Ah!" You know, and I come back in, I'm the triumphant surprise attacker. But then I realized I don't actually have that memory. I don't remember any terrified squeals. I don't remember coming back in and like my big brother being like, "Way to go, man, you really scared everybody." What I do remember is coming back inside and my thumb killing me because I burnt it, and my ears ringing because when I paused for just a second, I didn't quite get it right, the timing of the toss. So my memory is not of any victory. My memory is of the pain of my thumb, and the ringing of my ears is my mom saying something, and I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to tell her. Right? So I don't. The memory that I wish I had bumped out the memory that I actually had, and that got me thinking of another situation where the memory I have, I wish I could replace with a better one. I might need some empathy because depending on how the bell goes, for a moment, I'm going to appear to be a really despicable human being, but it's going to pass. Right? So the summer I'm 17, I'm doing a summer program for high school kids at Boston University, and much more relaxed in the fog of Bogota. And it was a really exciting time for me, and because it was the first time I spent any time in the city, I meet new people, make new friends, and I'm 17, so what I really want to do is I want to shed that label of young adult or young man. I just want to be an adult. I just want to be a man. And I realized that in order for that to happen, people have to see me as a man, right? And so, here I am in the city full of people I don't know. That's an opportunity, to be testing out how people react to me and things like that. So, two friends and I are walking down the street one late afternoon, and we turn onto a side street, and it's pretty narrow, and tall buildings around it, so the whole thing's in shade, and there's nobody else around. And a woman turns onto the street, and she starts walking toward us. And she turns onto the street, and she sees us. There's a pause in her gait. And then she starts up again, and then she crosses over to the other side of the street, and she's walking at us. Now, keep in mind, the soundtrack I have for this moment of the three of us guys walking along on a nice summer afternoon is do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Right? But when she turned the corner and she saw us, the soundtrack in her head was, "Hold on to your purse, hold on to your purse, don't get raped, don't get raped." Right? And I know that because she crossed the street and as she's getting closer, she walks with her head down and she looks up and furtive glances, and as she's getting closer, I'm like, oh, she's like seeing where we are and seeing what we're doing is we're about to attack her. And the thought occurred to me. First I was like, that's ridiculous. We're not going to hurt anybody. But then the next thought was, wait, for this woman to look up and see us as a threat, as potential muggers or rapists, this woman had to look up and see me as a man. Because the man is the threat. And so this is the despicable part, right? So after I'm like, oh, this doesn't make any sense, then it was like, wait, oh man, right? This woman is seeing, turn the corner and see me and be like, hey, he's a threat, he's a potential rapist, because he's a man, right? So I think back to that moment, and the despicable part passed relatively quickly. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. It's disgusting she had to think that. It's disgusting I had to feel that. And I would love to be able to say some of my memories of when I first felt like a man is the time I spent in a pediatric oncology ward, or the first time I stopped and helped somebody change a tire on the side of the highway, or the first time my dad building the deck and he turns to me and he's like, how do you think we should build the deck? Right? But no, I don't have those. That's not the memory I have. The memory I have is this one that I don't want. So I don't have the memory that I want. What I have instead is the burning thumb of the memory that actually happened. Thank you.